Bug. So excited that you're back here again for the October 2020 Business Energy Reading. We've got so much to share today. I am excited to get started. And if you are new to my channel, welcome. I'm so excited to have you here. And if you've been here for a while, welcome back. It's good to see you again. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Archield. I'm an intuitive business coach, and I love helping spiritually and socially conscious women to really maximize their business by working about half the hours and making a whole lot more money. I love streamlining businesses to make it work for you. Why? Because, come on, we got to shift the socioeconomic paradigm. That is obvious, so that it lifts everyone up. So with that said, we're going to dive into the reading for October 2020, the business energy. If you want to know more about working with me, you can check down in the description below. So let's do this thing. Here are the cards. We've got deck 1, deck 2, deck 3, and deck 4. Again, deck 1, deck 2, deck 3, and deck 4. Take a moment, especially if this is your first time with me, take a moment, pause the video if you need to, look at the decks, and let that number come to you. Right? Pause the video if you need to. Let that number come to you. And then just below the video, you will see timestamps for the individual decks. Again, deck 1, deck 2, deck 3, and deck 4. All right, deck choosers number 1. This is your business energy reading for October 2020. And as some of you know, if you've been around a little bit, we not only go into business, but of course, I believe that your personal is business and business is personal. So it all kinds of combines together for us. So we're going to jump in here. Deck choosers number 1. Also, reminder, I build the deck as we go. I've got a little over about half a dozen decks, maybe more, cards around me. And we'll build as we go, whichever ones call out to me. But right now, we're going to start out with the mantra for you guys. I begin my day with love. I begin my day with love. What a beautiful thing to hold on to throughout the month of October. To begin every day with love. So if you're doing some kind of gratitude first thing in the morning, great. If you're not, I would incorporate that in. I begin my day with love. And just take a moment. I think gratitude is probably the easiest way for us to reach it, but take a moment to just sit and feel the love that has been showered upon you. Right? Just feel that gratitude every single morning. I think this is a beautiful thing to start out with. And you can also just take a moment and let the love and the light flow into you from the divine. I think that's another great way. So we'll keep this one with us. I begin my day with love. All right. So let's see what else we've got in store for you, deck choosers number 1. For October 2020, where am I going first? This is like calling my name, so we will go over here first and see what we've got in store for you guys. I'm excited to find out that choosers number 1, what we've got going here. Got a couple cards. Oh, interesting. We've got meditation and we've got golden path. I think that's 2 great ways to start here. Meditation. Make sure we just got one each. Yeah, and golden path. So what I'm seeing immediately, especially with beginning the day with love, this is about a time to, oh yeah, I even see like the little fall colors there. Especially for you guys in the Northern Hemisphere. Just to come into this period of reflection that will happen with meditation. You have a beautiful path ahead of you, and if you allow yourself the time to receive those downloads, you'll find that your path is pretty easy. This is a beautiful way to start. Getting the day with love, going to meditation, feeling, hearing, seeing, knowing those divine nudges that leads along this really gorgeous path. Let's see what kind of archetypes we're going to be working with for you for October. For deck choosers number 1, what kind of archetypes? Okay. Oh, Child Eternal. Interesting. Okay, so the light attributes: determination to remain young in body, mind, and spirit. Ability to see things with fresh eyes. I love this. Shadow attributes: inability to grow up and be responsible, extreme dependency on others for physical security. So I see if you kind of tap into this, right? You've got this meditation going on. You've got this beautiful path ahead of you. Stay in this kind of childlike, ready to see the world, ready to integrate things, experience, and you will do quite well. If you're looking outside of yourself for physical security, to have things just taken care of for you. So I'm not talking about delegating. Delegating is a great thing. Delegating is a way so that you're getting your needs filled. What I'm talking about is having someone have to tell you to delegate. Having someone orchestrate everything on your behalf so you're no longer thinking on your own. That's what I'm talking about here. That kind of dependency where you give all your power away. You're operating with zero agency. You need to operate with agency while still being divinely led. Okay? Knowing that your security doesn't come from the outside. It comes from within you, and it comes from the divine. Okay? Divine resides where? Resides within you. Right? In you and all around you. Alright, so like that had to be said. Some of you needed to hear that very specifically. A lot of times we look for security, especially physical security, through money. Where do you think money comes from? How it flows to you? It flows to you with the divine. And how funny that what pops out here is Taurus. Taurus, I have to have. I'll get back to that in a minute because that is just a money card. Right? That's about how you deal with money. So I'm going to see if anything else pops out for us. I think my little money rant was meant for more than just a few of you. That's not how you're going to find your physical security anyway. Right? It's how we're taught. Like if we have enough money, we can deal with just about anything. But the truth of the matter is that money's just a small part of it, and it comes to us through the divine anyway. So as long as we're linked in with the divine, we are good, right? That's what our Taurus is reminding of us. And for those of you in numerology, Taurus I have is 14. Capricorn I use is 22. And it's nice that a lot of times, and I stand accused here too, of wanting money to be the focus of the meditation because that will solve everything. What solves everything is your connection with the divine. Capricorn I use. Well, you can use the money, right? You can use the money to do bigger, better things. I talk a lot about shifting the socioeconomic paradigm because that's one way that money can be used, right? But also here again, I love that Capricorn popped over here with Golden Path because it's about building. Capricorns are great empire builders. So now, in general, your Taurus or Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Rising, definitely this is just calling you out, or if that is your divine client archetype. But if you're a builder and you're looking, that's what you're looking at this October, stay in meditation, find the nudges, see the road. They're going to show you not the whole dang plan, right? That's not what happens. But the path that you should be on, your golden path that you will be building your empire with. So I'm kind of excited for you guys. I want to know down in the comments, like, what's coming up for you right now. Right? I want to know what's coming up for you guys as we're going through this. And stay open, stay childlike, children are like open to just about anything. They're like, what game should we play? I don't know. What game do you think we should play? It's like, ooh, there's 10 paths. Which one do you think we should go on? And then finally come to the conclusion of which one. You're going to be working with your higher self to find out which one is your golden path. And then you're going to just go. It's an adventure, right? This is where you kind of just get to experience something different, right? Along the way, build your empire. That's badass. All right, so let's see what else we've got here for you guys for deck choosers number 1. There's any steps or any other things we need to know about. I guess so. There we go. We got quite a bit here. All right. Oh, this is great. Okay, so we've got a couple of major cards, 3 major cards, actually. Let me see if I can bring these down a little so you guys can still see everything. So we've got the Lovers, which is Gemini, right? And again, Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Be mindful. We've got Strength, which is Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. And we've got Judgment. Ooh. Sorry, guys. I'm not even getting to call out the astrological equivalent here. Something else is coming up. Okay. All that stuff about being childlike. All right, let's go with this. All right, so what I'm seeing as I'm going through this, like I said, these are kind of like steps, things that you to be aware of as we're playing through this energy in October. One thing I love about the Lovers, Gemini, communication. That means it's going to be communication. But here I'm feeling it's really communication coming to you. Like I kept saying earlier, divine nudges. They're going to be, so I'm getting with these two in conjunction with one another. The Lovers and the Page of Cups, both upright. A lot of communication between you and the divine. That's what's going on for you in October. And it's going to spark a lot of creativity, a lot of fun, and you will have the strength to move through all this. Sometimes it's like, it's a lot that's coming in. It's okay. Let a lot come in. You have the strength for it. You're going to have the creativity for it. You're going to have the ability to play with all these things. That's where this childlike spirit is coming in. And the Judgment, that's where I was seeing here. I was like, oh man, this got kind of light, and then a little serious. This isn't like so like bad serious. It's just part of building an empire is serious. It's getting those things that you need in order. So make sure you have them in order. For some of you, it means it's time to move out of being a sole proprietor and forming an entity. For some of it means you really haven't done the best job of separating your business from your personal finances, right? They're still all kind of commingled and crazy, right? Do those things to where you are setting yourself up as a standalone business, standalone. Again, I believe personal and business flow together, but it is like you're birthing out something new, like its own entity. So make sure you're giving that entity its space so that it's not so, lack of a better word, dependent on you, right? So that it can run and move and grow and thrive. That's what I'm seeing here. So what will happen is a reckoning of sorts is coming to where if you haven't gotten those basic, and I don't like using the word basic, but business foundations in order, there's a reckoning coming for that. So just get your stuff in order, right? Make sure you have your financial and legal and all that stuff together. Just be a business. This isn't a hobby, right? This is a business. So treat it like a business. Yeah, that's a better way to say it. It's a business. Treat it like a business. All right. Okay, let's go over here to fairies, and we have a few more. Got a few more for you. I already had one besides a fairy say, hey, pull something from me. But we're going to go to the fae first. All right, deck choosers number 1, October 2020. Here we go. Oh, okay. We've got look inside. So it's just another call to meditate, guys. Those answers, that what you need is going to come from inside of you, and you're going to be good to go. So I'm loving this. I love the idea of beginning the day with love, meditation, self-care. Those are the kinds of things that are going to be really important. Don't focus so heavily on it's okay to focus on money, but money's not going to solve all your problems. I think that's a big part. Know that communication's coming in from the divine, and that you're going to have the seeds. You're going to know those steps that you're going to need to take, and you're going to build a beautiful empire. And make sure your business is a business and not a hobby. Right? That's probably the big thing. Let's see what else. Oh, okay. Home. What a lovely thing. That is a gorgeous card. Okay, so for those of you into numerology, this is card number 31. It says home. Where is home? Home is where the heart is, right? Home is where love is. So I just kind of said self-love, self-care, making sure you're taking care of you. Make sure you're taking care of your home as much as you're taking care of your business. This isn't a time to do one or the other. This is a yes and. Pulling it all together. That's how you're going to maintain your strength. That's how you're going to stay strong as you move through this thing. And if you're ever wondering, should I do this? Should I do that? Take that moment to sit, to meditate, to in essence go home within yourself to where love is. Ask the question and be in stillness until you receive the answer. All right, that's what I have for you, deck choosers number 1. I hope you enjoyed it. If you've enjoyed this reading, of course, give it a like and subscribe and ring the bell for notifications. Share this with others who may need some encouragement and enlightenment for October 2020 as well. All right, thank you so much. Peace, joy, love to you. All right, deck choosers number 2. This is your business energy reading for October 2020. Excited to get started. Let's bring this over here. We're going to start out with your mantra for the month. And for those of you who haven't been with me for a while, I build the decks as I go. I've got, I don't know, 7, 8, 10 decks around me. I'm going to be pulling from as we go, but right now, let's start with your mantra. Sometimes no is the most loving response. Ooh, I like that. Sometimes no is the most loving response. Well, I know that could be, that's already triggering for me, guys, I'm not going to lie, because it took so long for me to learn how to say no, deck choosers number 2. So long to learn how to say no. So, and sometimes it is the most loving response for everyone involved. So I really do encourage you to get on board with love being a complete, with no being a complete sentence. All right. So let's see what's coming up for you in the cards. Deck choosers number 2. It's coming up for you guys. Here we go. Okay. Nice. All right, for those of you into numerology, I chose card 11 and 35. And 11 is rising above, clarity, freedom, and solution. And 35, lost love, surrender, healing, and release. Ooh, that is a lot going on as we start out our little adventure here, guys. So I'm thinking about this, and sometimes no being the most loving response. This is about you. And so many people sharing ideas with you. or having ideas of what your life should look like and what your business should look like. And it can feel a little overwhelming. And I feel like October is your time where you're just going to rise above all that. You're like, no, I know what I'm doing. No, I don't need your advice. No, this doesn't have to be your way. And it's more of the has to be my way or the highway piece that I'm really talking about here. And you're going to find that through October, you're going to be rising above people trying to manipulate you to do the things that they want you to do instead of what you're really called to do, right? That's what the 5 that I'm getting here. And it's going to be, this has got to be the overriding message. It is more of a connection with the divine so that you can get that strength that you need to go through and kind of lose everything to gain everything. Losing what you think is everything to actually gain everything you need. That's what I'm looking for there. Yeah. Kind of a funny way to put it. And it's because, yeah, you've just had a lot of people telling you what you're going to do, right? A lot of people telling you the way it's got to be. It can only be this way. It's kind of funny. The other day I was telling a client, every method works for someone. The point is to find the one that's going to work for you. Right? And sometimes it's one that we invent for ourselves. And so maybe your path is in a way very untraditional. It's seeing like 11, that doorway. That your path might seem a little unconventional to other people. They don't like it. It makes them uncomfortable. That's just part of life. It can make them very uncomfortable. But this is your path, not their path, right? All right, so we've got the 7 of Cups reversed, High Priestess reversed, 4 Cups reversed, and the Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, this is your path. It's not their path. They want your path to be their path. That's all it is, like I was saying. We've got emotions have been running high. Now, all their emotional gunk, you're kicking it to the curb here. The High Priestess, you're no longer, ooh, my goodness. Were you the bridge for someone else to understanding things they didn't understand, especially if it had to do with stuff that was a little bit more mystical, a little bit more with spirituality or even emotionally? You're no longer their bridge. So this could be a bunch of people. It could be one. Whatever it is, you were their bridge and you are no longer their bridge. And it's going to be funny because your business is going to do so much better as soon as you release their junk away from you, right? You rise above all their stuff. There's a lot of moon energy in here, which is lovely. As soon as you rise above all that stuff, deal with your own shadows. Of course, I'm bringing that up because there's so much moon energy here. And you will find that your business will do really well. It's kind of like, almost like waking up from a dream, but a waking dream. Like you were walking around, then all of a sudden you realize things look different. They are different because no one's like hiding things from you because they want to direct you one way or another. That's really what's going on there. Okay, so what archetypes are we working with here, you guys? For October 2020, what's going to really assist you on this kind of journey of waking up and rising? What archetype's going to assist you on that? That's what I'm hearing to ask on the waking up and rising. Whoa, we got 2. We got 2. Oh, 3. My bad. Okay. We've got child divine, innocence, purity, redemption, suggests a special connection with the divine, which is why I was telling you this is all about that divine connection. On the shadow attributes, an inability to defend yourself against negative forces. And I don't know if you've been hearing me, but that's kind of what I'm talking about. All right. Then we got Don Juan. Spotlights your positive, seductive qualities. So it might not be as a harsh leaving like you're dumping people, but kind of schmoozing away from them, right? That's also the shadow is using the power of romantic attraction for private agendas, which is, of course, not what we want. And engineer. Ability to give creative energy a practical expression. Talent for designing resolutions to common dilemmas. Beautiful. So there is a lot behind the way that you think and the creativity that you use. Shadow attribute. Reliance on mechanistic solutions without regard for emotional consequences. That could become a problem. Like both of these were initially reversed. I don't necessarily read them reversed, but what I'm seeing here, because you're dumping all that emotional gunk, it could make you go into a place where you try not to feel anything anymore. And sometimes I call it spiritual bypass. It's one way to look at it. But just that emotional disconnect or siloing that can happen when you're leaving kind of a more traumatic situation. And then you can get into these shadow attributes of the engineer. Right? And that's something you want to look out for. Same thing, using power of romantic attraction for private agendas. Just make sure you're good and honest, that you're honest, truthful, faithful about what you're doing. And that it's for you and the greater good as you see it. That you are following your truth. You shouldn't run into these shadow attributes, but keep making that your North Star. Right? Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Something about the moon. So I'm going to bring in some more moon energy for you guys. Deck number 2. Let's see what else you've got going here. Because we've had quite a bit. Quite a bit going on here for you guys. Let's see what else we've got. Deck choosers 2. What other information do we have? We got this, whatever this is, and this is a time for healing, the balsamic moon. Yeah. Just like up here, when we talked about lost love and disconnecting, relying more on the divine and releasing, surrendering there, that healing's going to come. Because sometimes it could feel like part of who you were got sloughed off in this process. Right? It really didn't. It was other people's stuff, but sometimes that other people's stuff feels like our own stuff. And so that healing has to take place also during this time in October. So you've got a lot going on where you're forming that really heightened connection with the divine, releasing other people's junk, really seeing how things, who you really are, and how that's going to come together and really create the kind of business, personal wealth, actual financial wealth, etc. for you. But there's this point this month where healing needs to take place for you, and you've got to learn how to say no. No. No is a complete sentence. I got one more thing for you guys. I'm just trying to figure out which one it is. I just hear one more. Here we go. That I need to share with you. Let's see what we got here. We got Chiron healing. I don't know, guys. I think you might need to heal a little. We've got Mars. Okay. This is actually kind of cool, guys. I know, like, you're like, why? Okay. Chiron. So Chiron, one of the things that you need to find out where your Chiron is in your chart, right? So that's the first thing I'm going to say. Find out where Chiron is in your chart. All right. So wherever your Chiron is a place where you've been doing a lot of healing and you can really help other people heal, right? Chiron's the wounded healer, and you can find out more about that story. For those of you in numerology, this is card number 8. But again, it kind of goes with this theme of this is a month where you're healing. This is a month where you're looking at where your greatest wounds are. Oh my gosh, that's why the moon was coming up too. You're looking at where your greatest wounds are and healing those. Find out where Chiron is in your chart. On the same place, I'm going to say, and when I say try to mean your natal chart, find out where Mars is in your natal chart too. For those of you in numerology, this is card number 5. Mars, means force. There's going to be so much energy behind this healing taking place this month. And I'm going to go ahead and say, you know, I don't know, I can't think of a superhero or whatever. But you know, in movies that they always have this superhero and they heal very rapidly. I guess maybe like Wolverine or something. And they heal very rapidly. It's that rapid healing that's going to take place if you allow it, right? Because this is an emotional healing more so than a physical healing. And usually emotional wounds can take a little bit longer, mainly because we're attached to feeling a certain way about things or people or etc. But there's a force behind rapid healing that instead of this taking months or years, that this really does wrap up within October. So you kind of almost feel like a totally new person before the end of the month. Ready and being in that place where you have risen above, you have seen other solutions, and you know more emphatically who you are. All right, that's what I have for you, deck choosers number 2. Wow, what a wild reading. I love it, love it, love it. Remember, sometimes no is the most loving response, and no, my loves, is a full sentence, right? No need to explain. So keep that with you and pull it out of your pocket when you need to. All right, with that, peace, joy, love to you. All right, deck choosers number 3. This is your business energy reading for October 2020. I'm excited to see what's in the cards for you. If you're new to me, know that I built the decks as I go, and today we're going to start out with your mantra. So here we go. Stillness is the key to success. Ooh, stillness is the key to success. So if you've been having trouble sitting still, having trouble just kind of observing, stillness is your key to success. So this is going to be a fun, wild ride. I build the decks, as I said. There's decks on both sides of me I'm going to be grabbing from. And we're going to start off with the fairies, who rarely sit still. But we're going to see what they have to say. They're calling out to me. I just look at the decks that are calling out to me, and those are ones that I pulled from. So we're going to start with the Fae and see what they have for us for deck choosers number 3, October 2020. They got a couple of things for us. The first one being awakening your true self. A lovely thing there. We've got some peacock and shells and ooh, and follow your dreams. Okay, that's a great follow up there. So awaken your true self and follow your dreams. So you've got to know who you really are. And I can see that as being a beautiful key to success, because typically we only find out who we are through stillness, through those solemn moments, and through some action moments, mainly through those solemn moments where we can really key into ourselves. Sometimes those solemn moments come after massive action, and then we have a time to sit, be still, and reflect, right? But this is about figuring out who you are, okay? Not during October, so that you can follow your dreams, not someone else's dreams. Wow, this is a theme that's been coming up here too. Following your dreams, whatever they are, not the dreams someone else has for you on your behalf. I see that a lot, actually, as I'm working with clients, is they follow a dream of someone that someone gave them. instead of really tapping inside to follow their own calling. They think they're following their calling, and they're following like a shadow of their calling. Instead of the dream that they have on what they want to do. So I really encourage you to take some time. And not that that doesn't change over time, right? As we have new experiences, change a vantage point, sometimes our goalposts can move to a different place. Just make sure it's you that's moving it, not someone else. But that's all about being tapped into your true self, your higher self, right? How do we do that? By being still. By being still. All right, so let's see what we got else. Got a few things. We've got new blueprints and freedom. So new blueprints for you guys who are into numerology is card 38. And freedom is card number 25. I'm just going to pull these over a little bit more. Is card number 25. So this to me just ties right into all of this. The blueprint you're creating is yours. It's not someone else's. You're not going to follow what someone else wants or needs. You're going to follow your own wants and needs. I'm just saying it again. And that's going to give you that freedom. That's going to give you that success that you've been looking for. You'll actually be following your dream, right? The blueprint is your dream based on who you truly are. Wow, let's get some steps. Can we get some steps here, guys? Okay. Sorry, I have like 3 just plain tarot decks, and it's like seeing which ones want to like speak up here. And it's these. Alright. Let's see if there's some steps that deck choosers number 3 need to take in October 2020 that'll help them lean into themselves, get that blueprint so they can follow their dreams and achieve the freedom. They're looking for that success. Well, we got a couple of things that jumped out. Love this. The star. What else we got here? The world. Well, of all steps to have, those are some good ones, guys. So the star is associated with Aquarius. The world gets associated with a couple of different things, but in this case, it's starting to feel like Saturn. Not Saturn, guys. Sorry. Wait. Okay. All right, guys. So the world literally becomes your oyster if you can get to your own blueprint. And it's really about, Aquarius usually is about humanitarian causes, friends, friendship, that kind of thing. And here I'm seeing something else when it's coming out with the world of being your oyster. It's, sorry guys, I'm seeing it kind of form in my head right now. It's like, have someone do a natal chart reading for you. That's kind of the thing I'm seeing. It's like this constant view up into the stars. Really feeling like the energy of Neptune. I'm not sure why. That's what I'm really feeling. This kind of more Neptunian energy. This energy that brings you, when I say it brings you down, I don't mean brings you down like sad. I mean, it makes you go deeper. Like you think you hit the floor or something, then you find out you're in the basement. You think, oh, that's as far down as we're going. That's the depth we're going through. And then you find out there's 1,000 sub-basements still yet to go through. There's some depth that you're going to go to as you're finding your true self and developing these blueprints. And this energy, right? This kind of Aquarian energy. So yeah, it's more of the age of Aquarius energy than anything else. So Aquarian energy is going to help spark that in you. And you're going to find that the world is your oyster. Like you could do whatever it is that you've been called to do. You almost just have to have the guts to do it, right? The money is there. Your own strength is there if you wish to see it. you have this vantage point that is incredible. The world is your oyster if you choose to go there, right? So for me, your success, more so than other people, your success is, I always like to say success is a choice. But for you, it's quite literally a choice. It's like, do you want to actually be successful? Like, all the tools are already there for you. And it's not like this is something that's, oh, this is something treacherous I have to do over the course of October. No, it's literally already there. Like, I'm getting the vibe that some of you have been going through this whole awakening process, that some of you have already started getting these downloads and blueprints, and you're literally wondering, is this really for me? Is this really what I need to do? And you're not acting on it. Yeah. You're just literally not acting on it. Because once you act on it, you'll see that things fall in place a whole lot quicker than you ever thought they would. Because it's just like all the dominoes are set up, and you're there thinking, should I push this first domino over? What if this doesn't work? What if they're not all lined up correctly? Or maybe you're not, I think that really the thing is you're not even sure that they've been set up, right? That they're even ready to be knocked over. Yeah, they're ready. Push the button. Like, whatever that first piece, that first action you need to take that action, because that's what everything's been waiting on. It's waiting on you, right? And you just haven't taken it into action. Everything is there. Guys, everything is there. And maybe in that still place, if you meditate in the morning in that still place, you will find that first action that just sets everything into motion. Right? So we've got the Seven of Pentacles. This should be, you should be seeing your hard work manifest, and you're not, because you haven't set things into motion. But once you do, you come to the other side of this, you'll find that it is literally magical for you. Literally magical for you with that Queen of Wands. All right, guys, I'm like super pumped by your reading. All right, let's see if there's any archetypes we can use so that you can get here a little quicker. Some things you can lean into, an archetype you can lean into this month that will help you. Let's see what we got here for you. Deck choosers number 3. Deck choosers number 3. What archetype can help you this month? Wow, this is very interesting. Victim. I would have not thought this one. So let's see what it says. Prevent you from letting yourself be victimized or victimizing others. It's a light attribute. The shadow attribute, playing the victim for positive feedback in the form of pity, inability to maintain personal boundaries. Wow. So have you been playing the victim? Is this why? Whereas now you can prevent yourself from being victimized and others being victimized. This will be very interesting. Talk to me in the comments. Has that been it? Is that why you haven't pushed that first thing down? Because you're scared of what could happen to you, right? This is literally your time to move forward. This is your time to exit that victim triangle, that abusive triangle that you might find yourself on. All right, let's get a little bit more here. Anything else? There's a card missing. Anything else that our deck choosers number 3 need to know? Anything else, deck choosers number 3? Obviously this. Okay, so we've got water element sensing, and for those of you into numerology, this is card number 40. So, yeah. This is going to be an emotional time for you guys in deck choosers number 3. It's going to be a highly successful time, but that success is predicated on you really releasing. Remember I said get off the victim triangle here? Really nice that there's a triangle here. Really releasing that part so you can actually move ahead. I'm so excited for you, deck choosers number 3. Let me know what's coming up for you in the comments below, because you're here. I mean, most people aren't seeing the kind of success that you will be seeing once you exit the victim triangle. Push the domino, push the button, whatever, however you want to look at it, and just follow your dream. Like I said, what I'm seeing is, I thought you need to develop the blueprint, but what I heard was, as we're moving on, you already have it. You already have a download. You already know what to do. You just literally need to start. So start! All right, that's what I have for you, deck choosers number 3. Peace, joy, love to you. All right, deck choosers number 4. This is your business energy reading for October 2020. We're going to start off with your mantra. For those of you, this is your first time with me, I build the deck as I go. I've got about 8-10 decks around me that I pull from as we're doing our reading. So let's get started. All right, your mantra, deck choosers number 4. When I allow others to support me, I support them too. When I allow others to support me, I support them too. Ooh, I like that. So often, we tend to do a lot of giving and not a whole lot of receiving. A lot of people say, oh, I get stuff, I buy stuff. Yeah, receiving help, because there's this idea that we shouldn't have to have help or need help. We can do it all on our own. I really encourage you to look at this. When I allow others to support me, I support them too. It is a win-win situation. I guess I was already messing with this deck, so this must be our first one. All right. So let's go ahead and get it going with this deck for deck choosers number 4, October 2020. What information do we have here? A couple of things. More than a couple. Okay. So we got card number 45. I'll read the card numbers for those of you into numerology. Starseed Elemental. Card number 30, which is healing, and card number 29, harmonic flight. All right. So there's a lot of energy healing here. All right. So be very, very aware of the energy in your home or place of business. That energy has to be right. You know, my business bestie, sometimes she'll call me, she goes, I'm saging the whole place and then I'm following up with Palo Santo. So do what you need to do to get the energy right in your environment, no matter where your environment is, no matter where you are, that energy has to be right. This could be because that ancestry, because a Starseed Elemental came up, there could be that ancestry hearkening back to the stars where it was all about the energy. It's all about the energy. Because they were more light beings and not as dense as we are now. So definitely make sure your energy is right. That'll help things heal around you, but the energy, that vibe, right, however you want to call it, that's what's going to make the most difference to you in October. Yeah. No. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So let's see what else we got for you. See what else it is about this energy or being supported. There's going to be, like, that's going to depend on how you're supported, by the way. That energy, if you can get your energy to where it feels good, healthy, uplifting around you, you're going to find that the way that you're supported and the way that you support is good too. The more the energy is kind of scattered or negative, you're going to find that you're doing more support than being supported. It's all a balance, and I'm not saying it's a 50-50 balance. I'm just saying it's the right homeostatic balance for you. But getting to that correct homeostatic balance of support is going to be predicated on your energy around you being the way it should be, your energetic environment being the way it needs to be. Okay, sorry guys, that's what needs to be said as way of clarification, right? All right, so we've got the Ace of Pentacles, the Eight of Swords, Ace of Pentacles reversed, the Eight of Swords reversed, the Ace of Wands reversed, the Queen of Swords upright, and the Sun upright. So this is actually good. Some of you are like, reversals! Actually, sometimes reversals can be good. And like overall, I'm getting a nice vibe from this. So basically, we're going through where things were kind of being withheld. Withheld's a good word. Hidden's a better word. There are things that would have made things easier being hidden. It was hidden by all the kind of negativity going on. And it kept being hidden. And even you felt kind of consumed maybe by all this negativity and not really feeling like you could get out of it. And then part of that, the healing that took place or that will take place in October will let you have more access to, I've never really said this to anyone before, disassociating from your environment, right? So let's just face it, there's this 3D reality we live in, right? Right. And there's all sorts of chaos and craziness going on around us. And that can feel very confining. And that can feel like there's no hope, right? And it's only when we're able to disassociate for a moment, maybe a little longer, that we can start recreating our own reality. And then pushing that out to come back, manifest in our 3D reality. Now, does that mean that you will do this and all of a sudden solve world hunger or something? Or there'll no more be wars, or the divisiveness in so many places will go away? It's not what I'm saying. Your ability to see the good is what will change, and you'll be able to make decisions from a place that sees the good and the love and from that high vibration instead of from fear, which is where the decisions have been being made. Okay? And this being kind of closer to the sun leads you to be more prosperous in all areas of your life, right? Yes, financial, but all the areas of your life where maybe you don't even realize how impoverished you are right now. And that's the big thing I'm seeing. And that's what really helps take flight. It really is about staying high vibe or getting high vibe. Sometimes it's, like I said, this is a point of not being able to figure out even a way toward high vibe, right? A way toward making this environment of positivity so that you can support others and be supported. But as you move toward, I'm not a big fan of disassociation, but that's what I'm seeing for you guys. As you move toward that point of disassociation, so you can start creating, so that you can tap in and create this high vibrational shell, silo, re-energize your aura, like however you want to look at it, then you're able to make those decisions, which then radiate out an entire different energy. Okay, that's going to be super important for you. All right, let's see what kind of archetypes we can lean into here. All right, let's see what kind of archetypes you can lean into. That Cheaters number 4, October 2020. That's a lot. Why does that surprise me? You need support, guys. You need support. Okay, so what are we talking about here? Hedonist, child nature, destroyer, damsel, and companion. So you got a lot going on here. Okay. And oddly enough, we're lining up. So let's talk about it that way, because that's actually what's coming up. All right, so the hedonist, light attributes, inspires creative energy to embrace the good things in life, celebrates beauty in yourself. The shadow being pursues pleasure to the detriment of health, indulges at the expense of others. So that could have been something. Again, it's like there's something lining up here, so that's why I'm pulling it this way. So if what has been happening is you found yourself having a good time at the expense of other people, of like kind of displaying some of these negative shadow attributes of hedonist, not being healthy, those kinds of things, that's like it's leading you to lean into this. Instead of being down here in the shadow attributes, come back over to light attributes of embracing the good things in life and celebrating the beauty of what's around you. Again, what is that? That's a perspective change. That is a mental change. All right, so let's look over here at child of nature, light attributes, friendship with animals, communication with nature spirits, shadow attribute, tendency to abuse animals, people, and the environment. So what are you doing there? You can see how that can be very binding right now. So again, it's telling you what to do. Do you have a pet at home? Are you spending time with your pet or a neighbor's pet? Are you communicating with the spirits of nature and spending time in nature? Like, what are you doing in order to, again, be with something bigger than yourself, so you can start having that bigger perspective? All right, so our next one, destroyer. Light attributes, releasing what is potentially destructive. Oh, I love that this is with the Ace of Wands, guys. Preparing for new life. Shadow attributes, intoxication with destructive power, destroying others' dreams or potential. So this is a question. This is even a point of healing. This is beautiful. Are you doing everything you can, not only to pursue your own dreams, to help others pursue their dreams too? Right? Are you being the Debbie Downer of dream pursuit? Right? Are you in such a way that people, like, they're around you, you're like, that'll never work, can't be done? Are you that person right now? So now you know what you need to flip and change, right? And okay, so then we're over here with the damsel, which is funny, with the Queen of Swords. Light attributes, understanding the nature of healthy romance inspires you to rely on yourself, right? You know the Queen of Swords is an independent woman. All right, shadow attributes, waiting for a knight to provide you with the seduction, provide for you, seduction by romantic illusion. So Queen of Swords would never fall for that kind of thing. But it's a very good point. And when you look at like the hedonist, the child, they want to be held. And remember here, you're allowing people to support you. And by supporting you, they get supported as well, right? Here you're just saying, support me with nothing. With no return, with no kind of, it's like just taking, right? And that's what's going on like over here. But when you get over here to the damsel, like, I can actually do for myself. And by letting you support me, maybe it could be as simple as hiring someone to do some things for you. You know that you're supporting them, right? There's this exchange of energy, in that case, money. But look how that energy exchange is happening. Then over here we have, last but not least, leaning into the companion, the light attributes being loyalty, tenacity, and unselfishness. I love that with the sun, which is often associated with Leo. Because the sun rules Leo. And it's the same kind of things, right? Shadow attribute, betrayal by misusing confidence, loss of personal identity. The sun, you're not going to lose your personal identity because the sun is all about you in some ways, right? The Leo likes to not only have the sun shine on them, but loves to shine it on others. And that's what you're doing as the companion. So keep those things in mind. It's interesting to see this arc come to play on these multiple levels of being a drain and then giving back energy, not only for other people, right? Not only are you supporting other people, but you're also giving support as well. So it's a win-win, where this was not, as we're over here, the closer we got this way, the more it was a win-win for everyone. So look at how that's playing out in your business right now. Where are you making those win-wins for people? It's going to be really key as you move forward. Let me see if I feel like there's one other thing. I think it's the fairies. Yeah. One other thing I want to give to you guys, deck choosers number 4, as we wrap up. Let's see this one last card. There's a lot of healing that's going to happen when you really allow true support to happen. When it's really a win-win, a lot of healing takes place on multiple levels and throughout all relationships. So I'm excited for you guys, deck choosers number 4. I'm excited for what this is going to mean in your business. So let me know what's coming up for you in the comments below. All right, let's see what we got here. Okay. Well, it's going to be a surprise for both of us. This came up before. Look inside yourself. That's where all the good answers lie, right? When we take that time to look inside, which is what's going to happen here. This is all exterior. But when we finally got that chance to silo, to really kind of have that disconnect, we were able to go inside in a way that was healthy. So make sure you're doing that. All right, that's what I have for you, deck choosers number 4. I hope that you enjoyed it. I'd love to read your comments below. With that, I say peace, joy, love to you.